Well, Faithful is a simple song that's a part of the album, and it just talks very plainly about God's faithfulness in our lives, and has actually a really cool story. I was at a friend's church. He's a worship leader, and he brought all his youth together to do kind of a seminar and kind of a camp for the worship teams for their youth group. And there was one session that we talked about songwriting, and I was able to split off. They had all these different groups with the different leaders, and two seventh grade guys came with me and Leah, my wife, and I remember we sat down and I said, "Hey, have you ever written a song before?" And they both were like, "No, we haven't." And I was like, "Oh, cool. Well, it could be a kind of a daunting task, but I was trying to make it real simple." I said, "Well, if you could say anything to God, what would you want to say to him?" And one guy said, that he cares for us. I was like, "Okay, cool, good. Okay, he cares. Anything else?" And he said that he protects us. And the other guy, said that he provides, he loves us. I'm like, "Oh, cool, yeah." And through it all, we can trust in him. And I said, "Awesome." And so, as we were talking about it, and I said, "Hey guys, we'll see all these things we've written down and kind of what you described. I really see that as God's faithfulness." And they're like, "Oh yeah, I can see that too." As we started putting the song together, I asked them, "Hey, what chords do you think we should use, and what should the feel be? If you could sing this, what would you want to say? If you the style, if you wanted it to be about God's faithfulness, what would that sound like? What would it feel like?" And so we kind of came up with that it should be a 6/8 feel, kind of flowy and slower, which was really cool as we wrote the song and we were able to share it. I started singing it at different places. I didn't realize, but God was really going to reveal his faithfulness to me in my own life and to Leah's life over the last year. And it's been amazing. We've been able to see God's faithfulness in our finances, where we've kind of not sure where finances were going to come from, and God provided. There was times with health and over myself or with Leah that were uncertain, and God was there and he was faithful. I think God was really showing me that more than just a story, he truly is a faithful God. He is a Lord that is a firm foundation, a solid rock in this world that can be so uncertain, so wavering, that our God is faithful. My heart is that as you listen to this song, as you sing this song with me, and that we would be reminded of the simple truth that God is faithful, that he cares and he loves us and he provides for us. He wants to heal us. He wants to be that loving God that is the firm foundation, our solid rock. So let's believe it as we sing it together.